So if you're Quran alone, you're steered towards pedophilia, and a severe type of pedophilia.
Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning to everyone around the world. This is your Daily Dose of Islam. And today we're going to go for a stroll down memory lane, down into the world of Dawah. And there's been plenty of controversy about the age of Aisha. So I hope to fill all your questions in today and come down to a very concrete answer on how old she was and if she reached puberty. No more from me. I don't want to take up all your time. So let's kick it off into our friendly neighborhood Dawah preacher man, Mr. Farouk.
Factual that Muhammad married a 6-year-old girl.
That is not true.
First, from Farouk ibn Fibn, as some people call him, but it's not true. Muhammad did not marry Aisha when she was 6 years old.
So she was married to the Prophet at the age of 6, and the marriage was consummated at the age of 9. Now there are many so-called modern scholars who feel that it's not possible. That is the reason they try and justify. And they say that actually the statement is 19.
That she was actually 16 and 19.
No, I didn't say 19, I said 15.
This man is wrong. Dr. Zakir Naik, the greatest apologist in all of Islamic world, has said that she was 6 years old when she was married and consummated the marriage when she was 9 years old. But I just want to point out something. Watch this lady. Watch her reaction.
Now there are many so-called...
Almost feel the disgust in her face. You can almost feel the hurt. And as soon as that camera hit her, she hid herself. But let's now go back to the topic of the subject and see what Uthman would say to counteract what Mr. Zakir Naik has just laid forth.
Those Muslims didn't study. I have a master's in Hadith, so I have studied.
Now Uthman is accusing Mr. Zakir Naik of not studying. Let's me and you go for a walk today down some of the Hadiths that lay out the age of Aisha. And I want to start with Al-Bukhari. Now, some people might ask, is he an authentic hadith? Let's find out first before we go there, because we don't want to be quoting something that is not authentic.
We have to check whether the hadith is sahih or not. And we realize that this hadith of Sahih Bukhari, and alhamdulillah, it's authentic hadith.
So there you have it. It's authentic hadith. Sahih Bukhari. It's narrated by Aisha that the Prophet married her when she was 6 years old and consummated his marriage when she was 9 years old. And then she remained with him for 9 years, i.e. till his death. Reasoning why Uthman says that she is 15 and not 19. Let's hear it from Uthman himself.
At that time, they had no calendar. Do you understand? Okay. So like you were saying, it's 2019. They had no calendar. Arabs had no calendar. Okay. Many of them, they only kept track. Please, go ahead.
Thank you very much.
They only kept track through events. And if you look at the events, even the sister of Aisha, you're paying attention now, you're kind of, hello?
Ooh. Sorry, Uthman. Yeah, go ahead, mate.
So, it's all right. So the sister of Aisha, remember Asma bint Abi Bakr, who was older than her. Okay. She explains the historic events that went on, and those put her at around 15 years of age.
With that, Uthman, because I've been listening to another scholar, and he said that she was 19. I don't know what's going on.
Aisha's age of marriage is passing. If you have to, if you want to bring her to your house, this is the time. We don't want to wait any longer.
Okay.
So this could have been only if she was like 19.
That is not true. Those Muslims didn't study. I have a master's in Hadith, so I have studied.
I'd love to know what Zakir Naik's take on this is.
I'm a medical doctor.
All right, fellas, keep your egos down. No need to argue. But there's one question that we need to answer tonight.
Come on. Why did the Prophet, ﷺ, when he was like 53 years of age, marry a child of 9 years of age? This is unheard of.
Well said, Sheik. I don't know the name of you, but well said. I think I found it in Sahih Al-Bukhari, book 60, Hadith 120. narrated by Aisha, that the Prophet said to her, "You have been shown to me twice in my dream. I saw you pictured on a piece of silk, and someone said to me, 'This is your wife.' When I uncovered the picture, I saw it. It was yours. I said, 'If it was from Allah, it will be done.'" A bizarre reason to marry a 6-year-old girl, but anyway, who am I to judge?
First of all, the Prophet was 53 years of age when he married Aisha. This isn't the track record of a womanizer. Allahumma salli wa sallim ala Muhammad. This is the track record of a decent man.
Everyone has his own criteria. As far as the Islamic criteria is concerned, I told you that once a girl or a boy reach the age of puberty, when they get matured, they can marry. So based on this, alhamdulillah, what we realize, Hazrat Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, she was unique. And when we read the life history of Hazrat Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, she was very intelligent, she was very matured.
I want to bring your attention to another Sahih al-Bukhari hadith, which is narrated by Aisha. It says, "I used to play with the dolls in the presence of the Prophet, and my girlfriends also used to play with the dolls with me. When Allah's apostle used to enter my dwelling place, they used to hide themselves, but the Prophet would call to them and play with me. The playing of dolls and similar images is forbidden, but it was allowed for Aisha at that time, as she was a little girl, not yet reached the age of puberty." Sahih al-Bukhari. Sahih al-Bukhari.
Have to check whether the hadith is sahih or not. And we realize that this hadith of Sahih Bukhari, and alhamdulillah, it's authentic hadith.
Definitely, this man is a decent person.
It's perfectly fine, alhamdulillah. Hope that answers the question, sister.
Now I want you guys to read the second hadith in the middle and then the last hadith, and tell me if you agree with this sheik. It says, Aisha told that when God's messenger arrived after the expedition of Tabuk or Hunain, the wind raised at the end of the curtain which was placed before her storeroom, revealing some dolls which belonged to her. He asked her what this was, and she replied that they were her dolls. Among them they saw a horse with wings made of rags, and yada 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 yada, explaining the dolls. Read the hadith on the bottom. Aisha reported that Allah's apostle, may peace be upon him, married her when she was 7 years old, and she was taken to his house when she was 9 years old, and her dolls were taken with her. Her dolls were taken with her. Now guys, I hope your memory isn't that bad. Remember what we narrated in Sahih Bukhari, book 78? I used to play with dolls in the presence of the Prophet, and my girlfriends also used to play with me. When Allah's apostle used to enter my dwelling place, they used to hide themselves, but the Prophet called them to join and play with me. The playing of dolls and similar images is forbidden, but it was allowed for Aisha at that time, as she was a little girl, not yet reached puberty. The last one, I was playing with dolls in the Prophet's house, and I had companions who played with me. But when God's messenger entered, they would withdraw from him. He would then send them to me, and they would play with me. This is what Bukhari and Muslim said. Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim.
Brother, what's that?
So we are concluding today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, but I hope you really think about the things that I've presented today and take all evidence that you can take. Take it from the hadith, take it from the scholars, take it from even the brother man, because he was making most sense out of most of them tonight. Anyway, you guys, I'm out of here. Keep your children and your infants away from Islam. See ya.